came out with a solution that allowed any brand or retailer to who was already on Facebook in the first place with Facebook fan pages, that kind of thing, to actually launch an entire e-commerce store right there for the 400 million Facebook users that are on the platform.
Cool. What from the open API
time and as we were developing this, we knew the whole solution had to be within Facebook. But one of the things we didn't want to do is have it feel like normal e-commerce. Just, hey, it's Facebook and here's the e-commerce store. We really wanted to tie into, what makes a social network great. And being able to, and shopping is one of those things where, there's a lot we could tie into. Specifically Facebook's APIs, and especially today, they've made a lot of those connections a lot easier. A lot easier for developers who are developing apps on their platform to make those connections. So, in our case, we think that shopping is obviously, is a private thing for users. People, especially if you're, buying a birthday gift for somebody, the last thing you want to do is have that posted to your friend feed, like, hey, I just bought an Xbox, and your friend goes, oh, awesome.
I'm waiting for that on Blippy. I'm waiting for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, early on we knew that, but there's a lot of interaction that you can do with, with reviews, saying products that you do like. Let's say you're not purchasing it, but you fall across a Facebook store and, there's a mountain bike, and a friend of yours is really into mountain bikes. Well, you're not going to buy it, but by Facebook giving us ways to tie into that social graph, we're able to, enable you to tell tell your friend who digs mountain bikes, hey, I found this mountain bike, you might like it, and be able to, sort of shoot that data, through Facebook, to your friends. So they give it, the new API really gives app developers, like ourselves, ways of really tying into your friends' network.
Yeah.
And finding interesting ways that we haven't even thought of yet, to make that shopping experience social.
Do you guys work on the app side of things, like driving people?
A retailer or brand to launch an entire storefront right there.
Okay.
Including adding all your products, setting your prices. Not only that, we didn't want them to be a whole bunch of everyone launching storefronts and they're sort of all walled gardens. It's a social network. So we wanted users to be able to easily find these storefronts, and shop across the whole entire network.
Right.
Add product from A storefront, go to B storefront, keep shopping.
So this is where the robustness of like the community pages and the new pages features that are linking to people's profiles really helps your job out.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the one thing that retailers know it's not just because you build it they will come, kind of thing. It's like, so we knew early on that we wanted to tie into all those social graph, all those APIs that Facebook makes available, so that when a retailer or a brand does launch a storefront on their Facebook page, that we're giving them ways to drive new people to discover them, be it through search, or just enabling you to tell your friends, in your specific social network group, about items that they might like.
Cool. So this is I was expecting a lot more information about credits.
Yeah. Numbers and stuff like that, you got to be, it's not something that you just, hey, we put together Facebook credits and just throw it out in the world.
Yeah.
So, Facebook's being smart by taking their time. Nobody's holding against them that, it's not launched to the public yet, for app developers to be able to integrate. They definitely, had to bring it up in the, early on. Mark Zuckerberg
Very quickly.
Very quickly, because
like now the big stuff, right?
Everybody was waiting. It's still in development. We're still letting some application developers, play with it.
Yeah.
But they're doing it right. I mean, they're really focusing on using it within games.
Yeah.
For not physical goods, but for buying. Zynga's using it a lot within Farmville, and a lot of the different Zynga games. So right now it's really focused on virtual goods and not really physical good e-commerce, that kind of thing. But it definitely will. We're excited about it.
Do you think that like digital goods in general would be a good transition?
Oh,
from
yeah,
cool.
Where right now it's retailers and brands selling physical goods, but there's definitely everything from music to movie delivery. All that can be done, and Facebook credits works perfectly for that. So
what do they need to do to adapt it for e-commerce? Or
You know, I mean, part of the thing is right now, Facebook credits has a 30% tax.
Right.
You know, so unlike using a credit card to make a purchase or even PayPal, where you know you're talking about 3%, 4%, 2%, you know, tax on that purchase.
What's traditional e-commerce's margins really? I mean, it's much
liable for a lot of retailers of physical goods because I mean they just can't afford to take out 30% to transact that fee.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't think that's always going to be the case, and I think it's smart right now that they do that. First of all, it keeps Facebook credits only being used on digital items, where you don't have the problem of returns.
Yeah.
You know, any of that. So they can really just focus on making the technology right. They don't have to deal with returns or any of that.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, for us, we're excited about it because our entire platform lives on Facebook. You know, it's the whole idea is shopping across the network. You know, so the natural thing is to use your Facebook credits to make that purchase. You know, so you know, I mean, we're definitely going to adopt it as soon as we can, as soon as it makes sense.